Hey guys, welcome back to Hanging Out with Lori. How are you today? I am good. Thank you. Today we are starting my eyeshadow collection videos. This will take a hot minute because I've got a few eyeshadows. I've tried different ways to film my eyeshadow collection, and I will be honest with you, I'm struggling with it. I really don't have the equipment to do what I want to do, and so I'm trying to do my best, but I'm still struggling with it. I'm still struggling. Why can't I get that word out? I'm still struggling with how the videos look. So I'm struggling with putting out my eyeshadow collection for you guys. But today we are starting with liquids, creams, and crayon eyeshadows. Now I have filmed this twice, and somehow the last time I didn't like the first one at all, so I totally trashed it. The second one is fine, except for my crayon portion. It's gone. I had it when I first started editing, and then it's gone, and it's not even in my original, so I do not know what has happened. It's weird. So for the crayon portion, you will see my face, and then you will just see my arm for the liquid and cream parts of this video. All of my eyeshadows in all categories have blossomed this year, so there's no reason for me to say I'm not sure if my collection has increased or stayed the same across the board. All categories of eyeshadow has increased. So I have to accept that reality, and while I'm embarrassed by how bad it's increased, the damage is done, and so I just need to accept that, which is hard for me, which is embarrassing. That's the word I'm looking for. I am embarrassed. So let's get started with my crayons. So in total, I have 4 crayons. This one is a nude stick eyeshadow in the shade Taupe. This was in a project in 2019, and I did not finish it. I liked it, but I would forget to use it. But it's a very pretty eyeshadow, very creamy, very easy to work with. This next one is by Profusion. This is in the shade Topaz. This has some shimmer to it, and I really like this. I like it just on my lid. I just really like this topaz. I think it's really, really pretty. I received this as a gift with purchase, I believe, from them when I ordered from the website. Otherwise, I do not believe I would have ever purchased one of their eyeshadow sticks, because I don't think about eyeshadow crayons when I'm looking at purchasing an eyeshadow, which means all 4 of these I received either as a gift or a gift with purchase or in a beauty box subscription. That's how I've received all of my crayons. I'm not knocking them because I actually like my eyeshadow crayons. I just don't think to look at eyeshadow crayons when I'm looking to purchase an eyeshadow. Okay, this next one is by Mirabella, and this is their eyeshadow crayon in the shade Semi-Sweet. Unfortunately, this is pretty much dried up, if you can see that. If I do get color, it's really crumbly. And so this is being retired. So I am just calling this good. I'm not going to try and fight with it. So Semi-Sweet will be decluttered, unfortunately, because it's a beautiful shade. Okay, and then this last one is by Number 7. It is their Stay Perfect Shade and Define eye crayon in Pink Pearl. I received this as a gift from my friend Tara, and that is it right there. It is very pretty, very subtle. I like to use it as an inner corner highlight or on my brow bone. I just forget that I have it. But when I remember, I really like it. I like the look that I get from Pink Pearl. I just wish I remembered to use it more because it really is very pretty. So those are my eye crayons. Love them. I just do not think to purchase them. Nor do I need to, because I have a ton of eyeshadows. But once in a while, I just like an all cream look. And if I'm going to do an all cream look, this is the option that I have. For my eyelids, if I just want a simple, easy one and done look. Okay, this next group is my cream eyeshadows. I have 4 potted cream eyeshadows, and then I have 1 tube of cream eyeshadow. And since I have that in my hand, we'll start out with this. This is by Almay. It is the Velvet Foil Cream Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Astro Girl. If I could find more of these, I would purchase them. I really like the formula on these. A little goes a long way. Like you can see here, I actually have quite a bit, and it's going to take me forever to get that spread out, but I just tap it in. I put it on the back of my hand, and then I take it and tap it onto my eyelid. I just really like the sheen that these Velvet Foil eyeshadows give by Almay. I think it's probably one of the best items Almay has ever released. The next one is a smudge pot by e.l.f. This is in the shade Cruisin' Chic. I really like this cream eyeshadow. What I do not like is how little the opening is on here. It's hard to get any product out, so I usually have to just use the back of my finger to get it out of my fingernail and then scrape it onto my hand. I just wish the opening was a little bigger on these smudge pots, but I think the quality of these cream eyeshadows is very good. So this is Cruisin' Chic. Very pretty. The next one, I have never been sure whether it's a highlighter or a cream eyeshadow. I keep it in cream eyeshadow because the shade of the product wouldn't work for me as a highlighter. And this is by Laritzi. This is their Illuminator Dew Pot in Halo. It's a beautiful shade. It's kind of like a peachy pink shade, but it also has quite a bit of yellow base to it. So to me, like when I swatch it, I do not see any type of luminosity whatsoever, but I see a lot of beige, like a matte beige eyeshadow in cream form. So to be honest, the only thing I have ever done with this Laritzi Dew Pot is swatch it. I've never worn it. If any of you have this Dew Pot, how do you use it? As a highlighter, as an eyeshadow? Do you use it? I'm just curious how people do use their Dew Pots, because I think on the right skin tone that would be really pretty. The last two are definitely my favorites in this category. I have my Lorac Luxe Diamond cream eyeshadow, I believe is what it's called, and this one's in the shade Lace. I got it free from Ulta with a purchase of, you know, you spend so much money and you got to pick any shade of this product by Lorac. It's very pretty and it goes on the eye, just beautiful. but it goes on very soft. So I think it's really pretty. It's like a rose gold, and there's like silver, you know, very fine silver flecks in there. So that is Lace. And then the last one is by Mirabella. This is the Visionary eyeshadow in the shade Charmed. I have this in a project, and I've been trying to do my best, but obviously I'm not getting very far very fast. But you don't need a whole lot. This is probably my oldest one in the potted form, well, in the cream form that I have, and it's very spongy. Can you see the shade? It's a beautiful, you know, kind of cool toned pink. It dries down matte as soon as it hits your skin. You have to work pretty darn fast, otherwise you're then going in for more. There's just a slight sheen to it. I don't know if you can see that in the light. There is a slight golden sheen to it, but it's not enough to make it like a shimmery shade. It's just enough to give it a little bit of a something something, but it really is a matte pink. So those are my 5 cream eyeshadows. All right, this next group is the beginning of my liquid eyeshadows. I am breaking it down by brand and starting off with the ones that I have just one from the brand, working my way up to the brand that I have a ton of. So let's just start. First, I have this liquid eyeshadow by Too Faced. This is in the shade Strawberries and Champagne. This is extremely pretty, but very glittery. So much so that, well, I don't really wear it because it's like wearing grit on my eyelid. So while I really like it, it's just, I can't get it past that grit on my eyelid. So this one, well, in theory it's gorgeous. Well, even in reality it's gorgeous, but to wear it is not, it's not for me because of that grit. This next one is by Profusion. This is in the shade Glisten. This was free with purchase when I placed an order, along with that crayon that I got. Okay, so this is really pretty, but on the same vein, this too has somewhat of a grittiness to it, but not quite like Too Faced. So it is very pretty. What I find with this is it doesn't dry down very quickly, so unless I don't blink, it tends to transfer, but I do like it. Okay, this next one is a matte. This was by Wet n Wild. It's their Mega Last Liquid Catsuit in Off the Grind. It is a matte mauve shade, and it too has a flat doe foot. Not like, you know, they're like paddles, but it has a sponge tip applicator, unlike I've had some in the past that just had plastic applicators, and those were painful. But I was so new to the game, I didn't realize there was any difference. So this is really pretty. It dries down really, really nice. I like to wear this as a one and done on those days that I need to be out the door quickly. So that is Off the Grind. Then we have Liquid Moon Dust by Urban Decay, and this is in the shade, what is that? Solstice. To be honest, I have no clue where I got this. Now this has a brush tip applicator, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it does, and it's kind of pointed, if you can see that. I do not have another one that has a brush tip applicator, and I find it nice when I'm trying to do like precision work with it, and then I find it to be a pain in the tuchus when I just want to be really fast and smudge it out. What I don't like, I don't know if you can see it, but I do have some hairs that are sticking off to the side. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a pain with the brush as well. But it's got a red base with like iridescent shift in there. Very pretty. This next one is an e.l.f. product. It is their matte liquid eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Soft Beige. Kind of like that cream eyeshadow. This has the same, I have the same problem with it. It's not that the shadow isn't nice, because it is, but it's like a flesh colored. So it has a beautiful doe foot, almost like what you use to put on, you know, lip gloss or lipstick. So that's very nice, but the color is just wrong for me. I'm not saying others, I'm saying for me. The color is just, it isn't pretty on my skin tone. These next two are from Ulta. They're both matte creams. This one is bubblegum. This, I like the formula of Ulta's cream eyeshadows. What I'm not a fan of is that doe foot applicator. Look at that bad boy. Holy smokes. It's as big as my thumb. Anyways, this shade Bubblegum is really pretty. It's kind of a warm pink. Just really gorgeous. Isn't my favorite for like a one and done? No. But I may have to shut my window, but it's so hot. Anyways, I need to put little something else with this, otherwise my lids just look irritated. But I think it's a beautiful shadow. However, this one by Ulta, which is in the shade Throwback, I love the shadow. I love the shade. It just isn't good on me. It's similar to Off the Grind by Wet n Wild, only this I think has a little more gray in it versus Throwback has brown. Has a little more of a brown base. So this is really pretty, but as a one and done, I look like I have a bruise. So I can't really pull it off as a one and done, but I can wear it all over my lid and then use like my bronzer to put in the crease. That looks nice with it. So the last group we have is my trio, and that is from Cover FX. This is Soleil. This is the third time I have tried to film this part. Soleil is this beautiful rose gold like shade, and this is what the doe foot looks like on it. I have already swatched it since I've already filmed it, but it's like this bronzy rose gold. I just think it's probably one of the prettiest colors in my collection. I would like to say I have a specific favorite from these Cover FX shimmer veils, but I don't. I love them all. This one's Amethyst. It's kind of getting down there, but that's okay because my friend gifted me another one, so I'm happy about that. And I do believe I was gifted this one as well. So this is Amethyst. I used it in a look, I want to say in February. And it just turned out so stunning with that amethyst on there. Then this last one is Blissful. Now this one I do not believe I have worn that much. I've swatched it, but I don't think I've actually ever even worn it. But it's like this beautiful cool toned pink, like a really soft pink. Isn't that gorgeous? So those are my shimmer veils from Cover FX. This next set of eyeshadows are my Metal Shocks by Essence, and I do believe these are actually my first liquid eyeshadows that I ever owned. I think I picked one up and it started an avalanche downhill. This wasn't my first one. This was my last one by Essence, so this is second to Mars. Isn't this pretty? It's a rose gold as well, but more intense, almost with more orange than anything. But I still want to say it's supposed to be a rose gold, because I have some rose golds that are kind of that shade. But you tell me. Maybe it's not, since it's second to Mars. Maybe it's supposed to be more of a orangey, fiery color. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts or down below. Is it supposed to be a rose gold? I could swatch an eyeliner that I have that's a rose gold. That's described as rose gold. Almost that same color. But let me know what you think. I do like the formula on the Metal Shocks. They can be a little patchy. Some of them can be built up, some cannot. This next one is Galaxy Rocks. I was so engrossed on Second to Mars, I didn't show you the paddle. This is, you know, a spongy tip, but can you see how it comes in to a finer point at the top versus it's fatter at the bottom? So this is a beautiful purpley gray. This one is one you don't want to mess with until it dries down. Otherwise it does become patchy. But if you don't mess with it, it's okay. This one is Supernova. It's probably one of my favorites in my collection. However, I do believe this is one that gives me fits. Nope, it's the other one. This one is more of a gunmetal gray or a green gray. I mean, it's just pretty as I'll get up, but that is Supernova. Just stunning. This next one is Stars and Stories. It's like a frosty pink. That's really pretty. I obviously have not worn that one. I have swatched it, but I haven't worn it. This next one is the one that I was thinking of. This is Total Eclipse. It is absolutely beautiful. I have worn it quite a few times. I'm starting to get low. I don't know if you can see where I have a window in there. But this one is patchy as all get out. Gorgeous. But the more, if I put more product on there, the patchier it will get. And because it's right on the crook of my wrist, it's probably gonna be in really bad shape here soon. But that is so pretty. It is one of those like red base with green and silver in there, I want to say. But it does have a red base, which is one of my favorite, you know, eyeshadows. Doesn't matter what form it comes in, but just that, you know, red base with a green and brown flip, or green and gray flip. I just love that. And then this last one is Moon Dust, this excellent aluminum foil shade. If I wanted to go as the Tin Man, I would wear this because it's perfect. It's just the perfect silver foil shadow. Isn't that pretty? So these are my Essence Metal Rock eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadows. Love them. So this last grouping is all of my Stila eyeshadows. Yeah, I know. This is an overkill for something that'll dry up. Yes, I have lost one to them drying up. All the rest are still in really good shape. However, I do realize, you know, I'm playing with hazardous material in the fact that they're gonna dry up at any point. I would never pay full price for Stilas. While they are awesome liquid eyeshadows, they are overpriced when you can get as good a quality at a much lower price point. Okay, so I have Little White Lies. I have Glitter and Glows. The middle here is Glitter and Glow, as well as the single one. These are Shimmer and Glows, which are some of my favorite. And then I have 6 Shade Mystery, however you pronounce that. If you know, leave me a comment down below. I would really like to say it correctly. First one is a Little White Lies. This is Fuchsia Fiction. When I first swatched these in the store, I was not impressed with them. And then I liked Peach Pretense, I think is what I liked. And once I got that, then I found this Fuchsia Fiction one. And I just purchased it at Marshall's and I really like it. So that's Fuchsia Fiction. This one is Peach Pretense. This was gifted to me by my friend Tracy. I was looking everywhere for this, you know, at my TJ Maxx Marshalls. And I believe she found it. Maybe she didn't find it. Maybe she gifted me another one, but we were both looking for this and one of us found it. So that is it. Isn't that pretty? You can see that peach flash to it. These are a little gritty. That's the only thing I don't like about these Little White Lies. They are a little gritty. The Shimmer and Glows, these next two are not. They're very smooth. This one is Carefree. It's like a rose gold. Beautiful. If I had a steady hand. Oh, I just shook right into Peach Pretense. Nice. So I didn't mean for it to get so wide on me, that Carefree, but that's Carefree. I like the Shimmer and Glows. I like the smoothness of it. I would like to get at least one Velvet because I just like to compare it to like the Shimmer and Glow. And then this one is Vivid Garnet. Now I use this in a look for the Garnet Birthstone, and I had another eyeshadow called Garnet, and the colors are completely different. Beautiful, but totally different. So those are my Little White Lies, these two right here. And then these are my Shimmer and Glows. Okay, trucking right along. We've got our not Shimmer and Glows, our Glitter and Glows. Probably my least favorite group out of all of these. They're so gritty. I'm just not a huge fan of them. Now I have 5 deluxe size, one of which is dry. You will see that, and so that one will be decluttered, and then I have a full size. So this first one is Follow the Sun. It is just a beautiful yellow gold. I do believe this is the one that, nope, it's not. So that is Follow the Sun. Isn't that pretty? This next one is Dollish. And to be honest with you, I don't... Is that a rose gold? See, these are all looking rose gold, and then they look very orange in another light. That's pretty though. This one is Burnished Sienna. Three of them came in a Fire Trio. This is the dry one. I'm going to try and get a swatch for you, but I'm not sure if I can. That is as good as I can get. You can't even see it. It's right there. So this one will be getting decluttered, the Burnished Sienna. Then this one is Sunset Fire. I think this one is so pretty. I don't know if I could pull it off. Whoa, my hand shook. But I think it's absolutely stunning. Then we have Stylish, which is like a white gold. That's at least what my brain says it is. That doesn't mean that's how they describe it. That's how my brain describes it. So that's it right there. Those are all pretty pale. I think this one would have been darker, but alas, it's dried up. And then this last one is Next to Not. I do believe this is a gorgeous shadow. It's gritty. So I don't reach for it, but it's gorgeous. So those are my 6 glitter and glows, including that one you can't see. And then the last is all of my shade Mistiers. I know a lot of people did not like this this release, but I really liked them. I think they're fun. Do they come out multicolored? No. But the colors are just splendid. Like this one is Enigmatic, and if you can see, it's white and purple in there. But when you swatch it, it's pretty dark. But depending on how the light hits it, it's also a, you know, kind of a vibrant lilac. But then there's a dark purple, darker purple undertone underlying all of that. So I just think it's gorgeous. This one is Charmed. It's like a pink and red and white mixture. I'm trying to keep my hand from shaking, but so this one isn't as dark. In fact, it's just more of a pink with, if in the shift there's a pink, but then there's like a white that's on top, or a baby pink, if you want to call it that. But that's Charmed. It's charming. This is Hypnotic. This is gold and red and like a black almost, maybe even some pink. So this one is pretty. It's one of those ones that has, you know, that red base, and then you've got gold and green, just depending on the shift and how the light hits it. There's a little bit of orange, some pink, just very pretty. This one is Mystic. It's a beautiful like aqua with an underlying darker blue. This one I think is just Hypnotic. Look at that. I think the formula on these shade Mistiers are very nice. I don't have one that is bad. For me, formula-wise, color-wise, staying power, application, all of it, these Shade Mysteries, they just do it for me. Mythical is this beautiful lilac. Isn't that pretty? So if you've heard only bad things but haven't tried them but have been intrigued by them, grab one. I'd grab one at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, but grab one and try it. And then Spellbound, this is like a dark violet, or a darker violet, I should say. So this one is kind of like a blurple to me. When I'm looking at it straight on, there's like a blue lean to it, but then when the light hits it, there's a pink shift to it. It's more of like a violet. So those are all of my Shade Mysteries, however it's pronounced. I thank you for watching. You guys take good care, be safe, and I will see you on the next one.